You guys clicked the video to find out how I made this Raptor sound like a diesel truck. Dude, those turbos are insane. Bro, it sounds like a diesel truck. All you hear is turbo whistle. Finally taking the truck out after all the things that's done to it, and the perfect spot is honestly a What's up, fam? Thank you for tuning in to another video. It's your boy Dark Rise. Today's video is about the Raptor. I haven't done a video on it in quite some time because a lot has been going on with it. A lot of issues, a lot of upgrades. Before the video continues, I need to show you guys and update you guys on how the Raptor looks like right now.
I'm tired of sending these texts, I know you don't care about. I put it all on my chest, come on girl, let's head out. But I know you on games, you're trying to play around. But I know you won't change, you wanna wait around. She don't know about you and I, but it's time to decide. Keep me close, eye for an eye, keep you right by my side.
So a couple of upgrades that the Raptor got is me painting the skid plate. I painted it in some satin black. It's the same material that you use for bed liner spray since it's really tough. If I were to use some regular paint, the moment a rock hits it, it will chip. And this thing has not had any chips since I've installed it. Painting that skid plate in black really made the Raptor look so much more menacing. It looks really tough now, and it makes it look like it's a little bit taller since it's black down there instead of being that silver color. And I rewired some lighting, so now on auxiliary 6 I have this one and those DRL running lights, so it looks all matching right here, all yellow. And I think where we left off was the MVX wheels. I think that was the last video I made on the Raptor. I went from those black wheels over to these gunmetal color to match the color scheme of the truck. To be honest with you, I kind of don't like it. I got tired of it, too much gray. I should have gotten the black version of these. Or just a week after I bought these, the silver polish came out and I was like, bro, I wish I got those instead. It really would have matched with that leveling kit from iBox. In the rear, I have some reverse lights or backup lights, kind of chase lights as well with that chase bar rack, which I love. Really makes my truck stand out from all the others. Then we got the upgraded tail lights. These are freaking sick. I made a video on that if you guys want to go check it out. But I think that's pretty much it. We do have the bed cover. That one's pretty cool as well. And I think that's it. I haven't really done any other mods since. The truck looks perfect. The only thing I really want to do is add some 37s with some 18x9s instead of these 17x9s. That way I could put those red brake caliper covers, so it looks way better than what it looks like right now. I think if I were to add those 37s, the truck would look so much bigger. 35s, the current state it is right now, it's not tall. When I get next to some Raptors with that 37 package, this truck looks small. But comment down below, should I do some 18x9s or should I do 20x9s? If I were to do 18x9s, then I would have that thicker tire setup and then I could go off-roading more comfortably. 20x9s, I think I'd be only street capable, honestly. So let me know in the comments below, 20x9s with 37s or 18x9s with some 37s. But you guys clicked the video to find out how I made this Raptor sound like a diesel truck. So here it is, check it out. This is how it sounds. Dude, those turbos are insane. And those are stock turbos. There's like no modifications in the engine. Bro, this thing sounds awesome. Oh my gosh, bro. Just listen to how the turbos sound after they spool. Bro, it sounds like a diesel truck. All you hear is turbo whistle. So this is a V6 twin turbo. Stock turbos, stock motors, stock internals, literally no tune, nothing done to it. And the reason it sounds like this, but I need to update you guys as to what has happened to the truck. So pretty much since I bought it, there's this weird issue with it. Took it to the dealership and they told me that the cats were bad. that I need to buy new cats, and in order to buy them and install it was gonna be like $2,000 to $3,000. Luckily this thing did have warranty, but the mileage warranty was not accepted for the cats. Everything else would have, but for some reason the cats would not have been allowed. So I was just like, bro, I feel like they should extend that, especially out in Cali. I feel like the EPA's regulations would have extended the warranty for catalytic converters longer. But yeah, that was pretty much what you're gonna be watching right now. Just pretty much me trying to figure out what this weird noise was, and it ended up turning out not being what we thought. Because these are some old clips. This was taken about a year ago, but a lot has been done to the truck since. So let me update you guys. Let's go back in time.
Cold start.
Now here you could clearly see that the cats are bad by all that smoke coming out through the exhaust, therefore convincing me that it was the cats and not the front differential. Just take a listen. That is the sound of a broken catalytic converter. So hopefully that is the case. I hope it's not the wastegate rattle or the bearings in the turbo, but I did go to the dealership and they said that it's the cat. They said I got a check engine code for exhaust emissions or some shit like that, so hopefully they're correct, because in that case, you know, I bought downpipes for no reason. Funny enough, when I went to the dealership to, you know, check up what's going on with that noise, the guy I got for a ride-along was some old dude. So he literally said, I don't have great hearing. So I was like, dude, why are you getting in? But I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, this thing's loud enough for him to hear. He couldn't hear it. So I was like, damn, man. They just took my word for it. They threw in the OBD scanner, and sure enough, there was a code. At idle, that noise is gone. It was very annoying. You know, buying the car used like this, it got me worried. I was like, oh, shoot. You know, what's going on? Could it be the engine? Could it be the turbos? Is it something inside of the transmission? I mean, they all have been replaced, but sometimes, you know, things go bad. People install things bad. Had to stop to get some iced coffee. I can't do shit without coffee in my system. Sugar-free McDonald's iced coffee is the way to go. Honestly, this shit tastes straight up like coffee without the sugar. Probably is in the future gonna, you know, shorten my lifespan. But for now, we're eating healthy. So we're back at SoCal Wheels and Tires. Always come visit Alfredo to do any work. But I mean, damn, this thing looks like a monster. I can hear the cats from here. He's also got a Gen 1 Raptor, and this thing's like almost, I don't know, fully built, I guess. Full suspension setup, front bumper delete. Those tires look sick, and the wheels. Oh, they're Method, they're the same as mine. Look at this dude's car, it looks so sick. Impala. Damn, man. This thing is so clean. And he got it for a good price too. This thing looks sick. Impala SS. So this is the owner's Raptor, Gen 1. He said his whole suspension's, oh yeah, I see it now. This whole suspension's done. I mean, just compare this to the Gen 2 stock suspension. This is sick. But this is a V8. This actually sounds good. This dude actually off-roads. And the wheel in the bed, holy snaps. Method, wheels, Toyo tires. But his are bigger, he said. His are 37s, mine's are 35s. Yeah, I could see the difference now. So what you guys just watched was me installing some high flow cats, and that's what helped make it sound like a diesel truck. And then the next step to that was incorporating a valved exhaust. It's a valved exhaust that turns into a dump tube, so it doesn't go into any chambered mufflers or resonators or none of that. It literally just dumps to the floor. The exhaust is still getting, you know, shot out through the back, so you're still getting some restriction, but not as much as before. So you're literally hearing the turbos just spooling out from the back. So that's pretty much what has happened since. The reason I didn't really record so much of it was because, as you guys saw, I really thought the truck had a big motor issue. I thought the truck was clapped. So with those high flow cats, having the stock mufflers out in the back, which is pretty much nothing, it's just like this little can in the rear, and then having those valved exhaust system really transformed it to sound like a diesel truck. I get a lot of compliments and a lot of people thinking that this thing is a V8, and it's not. Installing these high flow cats was not that bad. A lot of people complain about it, but I had no issues with it. None of the bolts were seized. But if you look down there, this thing is already going through its heat cycles. The cats, we go into a valved resonator. So there's pretty much straight pipe. The resonator's gone. And then the valve goes right here. I'm going to show you guys how it sounds. You see over there, that is the stock muffler. So everything from that way back is original except for the tips. This combined with those high flow cats is what really makes this thing sound like a diesel truck. That's what makes you hear that whistling noise. All right, here's a cold start so you guys can see how it really sounds in the morning. Not that loud, but if I open the valves, check it out. Super loud. Still good. Just go straight to the back compared to under the middle. You can hear those turbos though. Those turbos are whistling. Dude, this thing sounds so mean right now. But the truck is going to Ford right now for some warranty work. This thing has the extended warranty and I want to make use of it. So right now there's a bunch of problems with it. For example, the cam phasers, they're pretty loud. And then that has been done. The transmission is shifting really harsh again. I mean, that's common, but it just sucks. I'd rather than reprogram or even have them replace the transmission. Even though that transmission has been rebuilt about 10,000 miles ago, it's already doing that harsh shift, which sucks. I know I could go with Goose Tune and get it tuned, but I really don't want to tune the truck right now, especially since it has warranty. Now there's a bunch of problems with the truck currently. As you guys could hear, it sounds like you could hear those cam phasers. Around the timing cover, there's a bunch of oil leaking, so that might be the cause. They did replace the cam phasers a while back, I think at 60 or 70,000 miles. Then not only that, but it also has a low oil pressure light coming on every time I accelerate, which sucks. Little jump scare for you. This is Shay Frankie. This is about a couple days after I recorded that segment. I forgot to address what was wrong with the Raptor and what was causing that noise. The service department stated that it was the catalytic converter causing that rattling noise. That's why there's a code. That was not the case. It ended up being the front drive shaft. The bearings within and the seal was bad, causing that rattling noise. But the reason I found that out was because my boys over at SoCal Wheel and Tires, they're the ones that noticed it, because they're like, catalytic converters don't make that noise. Like, it would sound like rocks. That thing sounded like a grinding. They ended up looking around, and right away, within like maybe a minute, they realized it was the front drive shaft after wiggling it. And so I went back to the dealership. I told them, hey, it's not the catalytic converter, it's the drive shaft. They went in, looked at it. It ended up being the case, so they covered it under warranty, replaced it. And then also the front left wheel bearings were bad, so they replaced that. So all that was fixed. I ended up not doing the catalytic converters with SoCal Wheel and Tire, even though you see them installing them. I told them to take it all off. I still got charged, obviously, for the labor, but they took it all off, put the stock ones back on, so that when I took it to the dealership, they cover the truck under warranty, because I felt like if I took it in with those high flow cats, they're not going to cover the car, and they're going to say that could have been the issue as to why that drive shaft went bad. You know, they'll come up with some bullshit. So I ended up putting it back to stock went home after they fixed everything, and me and my dad, we ended up putting those high flow cats in ourselves. It was not that hard, but honestly it's probably because of the fact that recently it was removed and then reinstalled, therefore making it easier to take those bolts off, since SoCal Wheel and Tires just did that maybe a couple months prior. That was pretty much what that noise was, so we figured out that was the cause. But I ended up putting those high flow cats just to see how the truck sounds, and it sounds amazing. As you see, the Raptor is gone. I dropped it off to the service department for a couple of things. I dropped it off for 4 reasons. One, the transmission's already clunking and shifting pretty hard. The transmission was rebuilt about 10,000 miles ago, and it's already doing it again. I know this is common, but I feel like this is way too soon. He says it could just need a reprogramming. And then another thing is the low oil pressure warning. That thing has been reoccurring a lot lately. One time it actually said no oil pressure, and so that actually spooked me. I turned it off, turned it back on, everything was fine. I went on YouTube and read it. It seems like a lot of Raptors are having that same problem as of lately. Even my service advisor told me a lot of Raptors are getting dropped off for the same thing. He has 2 right now in there for the same thing, and they don't know what the issue could be, so they're trying to figure that out. Hopefully they just replace the whole motor. That would be the best thing. But another thing I dropped it off for was the oil leaking from the timing chain cover. So the first time they replaced the cam phasers, that was about 70,000 miles, so about 30,000 miles ago. I guess they didn't reseal the timing chain cover properly, so it's been leaking ever since then. So I'm gonna have them address that, but also I'm having that cam phaser rattle again, so hopefully they replace the whole cam phaser, clean that area up, and reseal it properly. So that was another reason why I took the Raptor in. Luckily all of that is covered under the warranty. The truck has extended warranty for up to 120,000 miles, so I have maybe another 4,000 miles left. So I wanted to make sure everything is fixed before that warranty goes away, because then I'm screwed. But I feel like this time the truck's gonna be gone for maybe 2 months, maybe even 3, because last time just to do the transmission it took a month and a half. It took quite some time just for a transmission. They didn't even address the other thing I brought it in for, which was the timing cover. And I don't know why, if the whole thing was taken apart, they should have addressed it, but they didn't. They just took so long.